The name O'Brien is synonymous with Irish racing. We've had Vincent, Aidan and now Joseph, who's 2 years into a training career that's already seen him bag one of the world's most lucrative prizes. Many trainers will go their whole careers trying to win a Melbourne Cup, yet Joseph did it pretty much straight away with Rekindling, who was housed just behind us. He's a young head, very much on wise shoulders, so no surprise at all. He's making a big splash in the training game. Start by having a quick look back at your riding career, Joseph. I guess you were always destined to be a jockey, were you, from a very young age?
Yeah, from the time I was a kid, all I wanted to do was to be a jockey and to eventually train horses. And I was very lucky to ride some very, very good horses for Dad and Coolmore. And I suppose being in the right place at the right time had an awful lot to do with the winners that I rode.
And at the same time, was it always destined to be a fairly short career given your size? Were you always realistic that was going to be the case?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously starting off I was quite tall and quite heavy. I probably rode for even a bit longer than what I expected to originally. But like I say, I was very lucky to ride some good horses, and I managed to keep my weight for a number of years, and eventually it caught up with me.
And you achieved so much, dual champion jockey here in Ireland, several classics. Is there any kind of one horse, couple of horses that stand out for you moments in your career?
I suppose St Nicholas Abbey was a great horse for me. I won in the Breeders' Cup and he won in Maidan. He was one horse that stood out a little bit, and also obviously winning a Derby was very special.
Australia from Kingston Hill, born to win the Derby, his day of destiny. Australia wins.
Takes a narrow lead from the stablemate Astrology and now starts to draw away the first father-son trainer-jockey combination to win the Derby.
So those couple of derbies with Camelot, I mean, he's a big horse, and I'm sure you're looking forward to our training his progeny at the moment. Right?
Yes, we are, yeah. So we have some nice horses by Camelot, one in particular called Latrobe, and he looks very promising at the moment. He has some very strong form, and there is a good chance he might line up in the Irish Derby.
And even when you were riding your time at Ballydoyle, were you sort of hands-on in the training with your father Aidan and trying to learn as much as you can?
Yeah, to a certain extent. I suppose I was riding a lot of work and riding out every day, and I was always trying to learn as much as I possibly could. So no, it was a fantastic environment to grow up in, and I was very lucky.
And obviously, inevitably, 2016 you began training. Were you keen to do it your own way, be known as Joseph as opposed to Aidan's son?
Yeah, I suppose the facilities here are very different to that of what Dad would have in Ballydoyle, so we had to come up with our own routine, and we tweaked it a couple of times, and we think the horses are in good shape and healthy at the moment, and we think we have a routine that we're confident that we can bring the best out in each horse, and we're very lucky to have some great staff, some great riders and great people on the ground, and it's a big team, and at the moment it's all working quite smoothly. And
you mentioned the different facilities. I mean, just looking around, you seem to have yards scattered everywhere. Without wishing to call it basic, as you say, it's I suspect a far cry from what you were used to.
Absolutely, yeah. No, it's obviously my mum's dad trained here originally, and he trained a lot of winners from here, and then Dad and Mum trained here, and also my Aunt Frances. So there's been a lot of winners here. The gallop is quite unique, but we're very lucky to be here.
Do you have any problems here during the winter?
Listen, we had a little bit of problem with the snow and the ice, but no, nothing too major.
And do you still seek advice from Aidan?
Obviously, whenever I'm stuck or whenever I need a second opinion on something, he's only on the other side of the phone.
When you first started training, was it difficult for you from being one of the lads to actually being the boss?
I suppose. Not really. I don't really feel that I'm the boss as such. We all get on very well, and we're quite friendly with all the lads, and we socialise together and we work together, and I think there's a very relaxed environment around the place, and everybody pulls together for a common goal, and that's for the horses to win as many races as possible. So I feel like we all get on very well, and I'm very lucky to be in a position to have staff that we can be relaxed, and that everything is done 110%, you know.
I was going to say, it seems as though they just know what they're doing, like clockwork, isn't it? Really?
Absolutely, everybody knows what they're doing, and everybody's in good form every day, and that transfers onto the horses. And we're, like I said already, we're very lucky to have a good team of people, and yeah, long may it last.
And obviously you're always going to enjoy the patronage of some owners from Ballydoyle, but Did you have to go out and market yourself almost at the sales and things like that?
Yes, absolutely. Like we're open. We want to get horses from as many people as possible all over the world, and we want to be successful all over the world. And so we have a lot of new owners in the last year, last 18 months, and hopefully going forward we can attract new owners every year, and getting a better type of horse and a better class of horse going forward.
And talking of that success, very quickly had that first Group 1 with Intricately, a day you remember well?
Yeah, fantastic. It was a brilliant day. She was a very good filly, very well bred, and to win a Group 1 with a 2-year-old was fantastic, and hopefully we're looking for the next one now.
Well, not so long after the small matter of the Melbourne Cup with Rieking. I mean, many trainers go their whole career trying to win that race, and you did it within a couple of years. I mean, that must have been amazing.
It was unbelievable. All credit has to go to the lads that were with the horse through his quarantine and through his prep down in Australia. I was on the phone every day, but they done all the hard work with him, and for it to work out on the day was a dream come true.
Was it always in your mind that he'd go that route? Obviously, placed in it or in the frame in a classic, the St. Ledger.
Yes, yeah, he had a good year. He won a Derby trial, ran well in a couple of big races through the season, including the Dante, and he won a Ledger trial in the Curragh Group 2, and then ran very well in the St. Ledger. And obviously Lloyd Williams, who owns him, and Nick decided that we'd take a chance, and I was delighted to have the opportunity to have a horse good enough to run in the race, and for him to win really was extraordinary.
The only horse in those colours is Melbourne, the automatic plan.
Absolutely, yeah, if they're good enough, you have to take a chance. In the big races like that, you really have to take a chance and see what happens. If you're not in, you can't win. And we were very lucky that things worked out on the day.
And you say he might head back here. He's had a small setback in Australia, but you hope to see him back here?
Yeah, he had a little injury in Australia, so hopefully he's due to come back here in the autumn.
And you've got runners under both codes, National Hunt, Flat. Is there anything that you prefer, or are you quite happy going down both routes?
I'm quite happy sticking to both routes. I don't see any reason why we can't compete at a high level under both codes, and we have done that for the last few years. And going forward, our main objective is to improve the quality of horse in the yard. We have some very nice horses and we've had a lot of winners, but every year we want to increase our group class horses, stakes horses, and Group 1 and Grade 1 horses. That's the dream, really.
And how many horses would you have here at present?
Yeah, we've about 150 right now here at the moment. A mixture of, like we said earlier, National Hunt and Flat horses. Some nice 2-year-olds going forward for the year ahead, and it's an exciting time.
Is that a nice number for you? Is that you full up?
Yeah, that's a good number for us. And like I say, our main objective going forward is to improve the quality. We have some nice horses, and every year going past, we want to improve the quality of horse that we have in the yard.
And the fact they're split up into so many different yards all over the complex, does that help with sort of control of virus spreading and things like that?
Yeah, I suppose we have a number of different barns and yards spread around the yard, as opposed to being one big area. So I think invariably any racing stable is going to get little coughs, colds, and little infections spread through the yard. But I think it's a big help insofar as minimising how far it can actually spread.
And with the National Hunt and Flat, obviously Dundalk is sort of getting better, more fixtures, but it helps you keeps you going all year round, I suspect.
It does, and like you say, Dundalk is very competitive. Every year that goes past, there's more fixtures, and it's very hard to win any race there, especially maidens. And we're very lucky to have it in Ireland.
And you seem quite happy to travel horses anywhere. I noticed you got entries at Bath and Catterick this week.
Yes, yeah, we'll go anywhere if we want to do the best with every horse in the yard, and if sometimes that is winning an ordinary race, whether it be on the all-weather or a low-grade handicap, we'll do that and do our best with every horse in the yard. Sometimes it's as big an achievement to win a low-grade race with a horse as it is to win a group race with some horses. So, but yeah, like I say, we want to win with every horse and do the best with every horse. But going forward, our main goal is to improve the quality of horses in the yard.
And obviously Willie Mullins, Gordon Elliott in the National Hunt game, Aidan in the Flat game, difficult to usurp as being champions, but is that something that you see further down the line?
Yeah, listen, I don't think we can you can dream about that yet. We were very lucky to finish third in the National Hunt table this year, which we thought was a good achievement for us in our third year, and we'll be doing our best in the flat table going forward. So it's hugely competitive in Ireland, probably one of the most competitive racing anywhere in the world, you know. So we're very lucky to be here and very lucky to be supported by some great owners, and going forward, like I say, we want to keep doing our best.
And still only 25, I think it is, you are. You still feel as though you've got plenty to learn?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially in this game. I suppose in life in general, you're never finished learning, but especially in horse racing.